Hello everyone. Today I want to go over how to change the market analyzer time frame. With the Swing Toolkit, there's some templates that are automatically loaded onto your system. If you go to Templates and Load, and then go under the Swing Toolkit, you can see that there are some templates that are given here. Now, say there's a time frame that you like to use that's just not listed here, like a 90-minute chart or even a tick chart, for example. The way you can change that is it's best to start with to load an existing one first off, then right click anywhere, go to columns, and now what we're going to do is we're going to change the context of which these are running. So if I scroll down here, go all the way down to the data series section here, I'm going to change this, for example, say a 90-minute or something. So I'm going to change that to be a 90-minute. I'm going to change the name of the label, that's the column heading, to also to be 90 as well, just so I know visually what this is. Now, as an aside here, something I recommend doing is setting the time frame here, the load data based on, changing that to bars and setting that to 1500 bars. I feel like that's a good general setting for doesn't matter your time frame or bar type that you're looking at. It seems like that's a pretty good default setting for most situations. So now it's a matter of going to each of these columns and then changing this to, for example, 90, and then change that to 90, and just go down this list and change each of these, as you can see. Make sure you don't erase that. Okay, so I just went through and I changed each of these to be a 90-minute chart. Now you can see you could easily have changed this to, for example, a tick chart, and change this to a 987 or some I like to use numbers out of the Fibonacci series, for example. Change that to 987T, and you can change this to 987T, for example. So just a matter of just going through and changing all those values there. Now, what's really important is that each of these are set the same. Like, you want to make sure, especially like the load data based on here, make sure each of these are set exactly the same. Bars 1500, and each of these are the same time frame, because otherwise you'll see the output and you're expecting them all to kind of relate to each other, but one might be based on one time frame and another column is based on another time frame. Obviously that would be very confusing. So that's how you would do that. Let me just go ahead and put this back to a 90-minute chart. Now, of course, you could change that to a volume or range or whatever you'd like. So hit OK. Wait for this to load here. You can see all the headings have been changed to a 90-minute, and so of course if you're looking at this and you're clicking on, okay, I see that there is a pattern here, and I have it linked to my chart, and say, okay, the pattern, but oh, that's a different pattern than what this is showing. That's because my chart is showing a 30-minute chart, and my market analyzer is showing a 90-minute chart. So you have to make sure you're actually looking at the same thing each time. So if you change your market analyzer context or the time frame that you're looking at, just make sure that your chart itself is also looking at the same situation here. Okay, so I hope that helps explain how to change your time frame within Market Analyzer and set up your own. Now, of course, you could do a similar thing with the other time frame. The other template here that has the multiple here. So if you could change this, if you loaded this one up and changed the 30-minute to a 60-minute, for example, or the 240 to a 60-minute or whatever, it would just be a matter of changing those columns to be whatever time frame that you're wanting. If you have any questions, please contact me at daniel@updown.com. That's daniel@uppdnn.com. And let me know if you have any questions. All right, best success in your trading.